7 signs someone is a narcissist. Number 1, they lack empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand other people's emotions and feel what they may be feeling. Now, the only problem with a narcissist is because they're so self-centered, so self-absorbed, and so much into themselves that they couldn't possibly conceive of another human being outside of themselves having emotions that should be important. And it's about what they get, not what they give. So if you're not meeting the narcissist's needs, don't expect them to care about you in any sense at all, because they only care about getting what they want. Number 2, they're really entitled. This means that they expect special treatment to be given to them, but to nobody else. I remember going on a date once with a girl, and I only just met the person, and they expected me to clean their car out, fill up their car with fuel, even though it was already half full or almost full anyway, and then they expected me to throw out the rubbish in the bin for them, and it was very excessive for a first date. And if I ever asked them to do something for me, which I didn't no way dare to do that, but there's no way this person would ever want to do something for another human being because they're so entitled. I have to have this entitlement if I've got this so much insecurity inside of me, meaning that I just simply have so many references where I don't believe that I was enough or I am enough. And if I don't think I'm enough, then I need to create this protective layer around myself and this protective behavior where I need people to treat me a certain way. And that's exactly what you've got to look out for. Number 3, they are very grandiose. They harbor huge fantasies about being seen as special and very important. So they only want to hang out with people that seem as cool or good looking, as interesting as they are. And their appearance and how they're seen in front of other people is very important to them. And so it becomes a very shallow relationship if you're with this type of person. You will start to feel empty inside, dead inside, and probably inauthentic to yourself because you have to put on some mask in order to be with the person. And you know the relationship is not really right for you if you have to be someone who you're not in order to be in it and dishonor yourself. So you want to avoid that. Number 4, jealousy. They care a lot about other people taking away the thing that they perceive themselves to own or have. And they may not genuinely love you or care about you, and usually they don't, but let's just say that you're with them and they see you get interest from another person or someone expresses some liking towards you. It could be really small and it could be nothing at all. There's no sexual energy being exchanged, just someone else is giving you attention, and all of a sudden they can be very jealous if you respond to somebody else other than them. They have to be the only priority to you. They have to be the only focus for you. And if you were to share your energy with anyone else, even in a friends only way or just a normal friendship way, they would be very threatened by that. So jealousy is a huge part. They may want to look through your phone a lot, and they may want to know what you're doing a lot as well, and control becomes a big part of the equation as well. Number 5, they don't regulate their emotions very well. So they could easily be triggered by things that you've said or done, and they could be very minor, but they're triggered by those things because they're so sensitive due to the amount of trauma that they have stored from their past. And it's okay if you're with them and you're thinking, oh my God, maybe it can work out, maybe they'll change. But the truth is they probably won't. And they can be very reactive. So you could say something very small and they get very reactive to you, and now all of a sudden it's a big, huge fight, but it was something very small that could have been dealt with. And I try to avoid those situations because they need to get the lesson that a lot of problems can be solved in your heart. But because they're so ego orientated, they can't express their feelings from their heart very often. and they're very disconnected from it because they need significance. They really value significance, and they can be triggered to feel insignificant very easily from the things that you say or do when they don't get their way. So watch out for this hypersensitivity and reactiveness. And number 6, that leads to number 6, where they are very hypersensitive to criticism. So you could say one little thing like, oh my God, you left a mess there, or do you mind cleaning that up? Or you dropped something, do you want to just pick that up? They become very defensive very easily and very hypersensitive to any criticism. And they very often will protect themselves from meanings that they perceive to have come from your communication, but that's not the meaning you intended at all. They are perceiving that you are projecting some negative meaning about them onto them, but it's really not the case. And so it's hard for them to see reason or rationality because of the amount of trauma that's stored there. And number 7, passive aggressive. Don't expect them to come to you and speak to you directly about a problem that they have and express to you in direct terms what has upset them. That would be very emotionally intelligent for them to do that, but since they don't have access to that, what they need to do is become defensive or protective or criticize you back. Beyond all of that, they're very good at getting you to feel pain or negative in the relationship just by not openly discussing problems. So they may withhold love from you, they may withhold from expressing their feelings, they may say things to you that are indirect to cause you pain but never really express what they're truly feeling. And you wonder why is this happening, and you probably even question yourself. And it's very often that they use gaslighting as well, and gaslighting is where someone denies your reality and tells you that you're the problem, but they may not even tell you the problem. They would just make you feel like you're the problem and punish you for things that you have done that maybe be very small and minor and not intentional negative towards them at all. So in closing all of this, I hope you've taken away some lessons from these 7 signs of a narcissist, and I'll really look out for them and keep your distance from these type of people if you notice these signs, because it can be very hard to solve problems from this place and get healing and alignment in the relationship. If you would like to heal yourself from a narcissistic relationship and really transform yourself and understand why it happened and release the trauma and negative emotions and limiting beliefs that have been stored in you from these whole experiences, then what I recommend is you write NTT below in the comments, and we can reach out to you and actually offer you a free $300 neurotransformation coaching call where you can actually learn how you could heal yourself with the courses that we provide. I hope this has helped you. Leave a comment, leave a like, don't forget to subscribe, share this with your friends, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.